Yo, what's up guys? Bird here from Addict Gaming, and today I'm going to release one of the build videos for our 1 million view for our channel. So we're celebrating that, and we asked you guys, give us some build ideas and we will put them together for you. They could be crazy or whatnot. So the first one I'm going to do was suggested by Pluvon Lucy. He wanted an Ultra Stun Warrior using 2 Maces and the Hammer weapon set. Now, I tried to put in as much CC as I could into this build. I did keep 2 of my stances. I kept a Balance Stance for the stability and Endure Pain for the survivability, so we don't die right away. So let's look at our gear. Now, we are using Soldier's Amulet, which will give us a lot of power, and then we'll get a lot of survivability through the toughness and vitality. I'm also bringing Rune of Melandru because of the toughness and vitality, and we are going to reduce the condition duration from conditions applied to us, and also the stun duration. So we'll be able to increase our survivability and also decrease the time that we are actually stunned or disabled. So for our weapon sets, we have 2 maces. I'm bringing Sigil of Intelligence, and I'm bringing Sigil of Energy. So remember, when you switch to the Mace weapon set, our next 3 attacks have a chance of critting. So you're gonna want to use your high damage skills, such as your Skull Crack, your burst ability on your mace. That does a lot of damage. And then you can use your other abilities, like Counter Blow actually does a lot of damage if somebody's attacking you, so you can use that one as well. And then we have, with our hammer, I'm using the same exact sigils, Sigil of Intelligence and Sigil of Energy. So remember, as well, when you switch to your hammer, start using more of your high damage attacks on your hammer. Okay, for our traits, this is actually the same trait setup I used for my Hammer Longbow Warrior, my Hambow Warrior. It works really well with kind of the same idea. Now, defense, we have Sure-Footed, increases stance durations by 25%. We are using 2 stances, so longer stability and a longer duration of Endure Pain where we're not taking any damage. Then we have Cleansing Ire, gain adrenaline when hit, remove a condition for every bar of adrenaline you spent when you hit with the burst skill. Now remember, warriors were, their adrenaline was reworked a bit, so even if you use your burst skill and you miss somebody, it's going to use your adrenaline, and that's not going to remove the conditions. You have to actually hit somebody. So make sure you're setting up your burst skills to actually hit somebody to remove those conditions from you. And then we have Merciless Hammer. Hammer damage is increased when a foe is disabled, and then it reduces the recharge on our hammer skills. And that's a 20% damage increase from our hammer skills. Now, tactics, we have Leg Specialist. Immobilize a target when you cripple them with a skill. And we have a cripple right here on our hammer, so if we use this, we're going to cripple everyone we hit. And then Discipline. Warrior Sprint, you move faster while wielding melee weapons. Now, both of our sets are melee weapons. This means we don't have to bring something like Traveler's Runes or Speed Runes. So we can bring Warrior Sprint and then free up our runes for the Melandru runes. And then we have Destruction of the Empowered, deal bonus damage per boon on your target. And then Burst Mastery. Burst skills deal more damage and restore adrenaline on use. So remember when I said if you're going to use your Sigil of Intelligence, that's why our Skull Crack's going to be doing more damage. So you're probably going to want to hit your foe with this first for the guaranteed crit, and that's going to do quite a bit of damage. Because in this build, our power is really high, but we don't have any crit chance. So throwing those Sigils of Intelligence in there is going to help our damage quite a bit. Okay, for the rest of our utilities, we're bringing Healing Signet, of course. It's the best heal for a warrior. And then we have Stomp. Launch nearby foes into the air with the powerful Stomp. Now, it does okay damage, not really much damage, but it's really good for trying to control points, and like, say a point like Clock Tower, you can actually throw them off the point down the stairs. Alright, so for our elite, we are using Rampage. Take the form of a massive juggernaut, reducing the damage you take and the duration of incoming movement and impeding conditions. So, we use Rampage, and we have tons of CC in Rampage. You have your number 1 attack, which applies a cripple, which remember will apply an Immobilize from Leg Specialist, one of our traits. And then Kick, push back your foe with the kick. Then you have Charge your foe. So you might want to use a dash, then use a kick. So you can dash to somebody, then kick them out of a point, or just CC them somewhere. Throw a Boulder. Well, it looks like Rampage ran out, but throw a Boulder, which stuns somebody. Then you have an AoE where you jump. Your number 5 is an AoE where you jump and stun everyone in that area. So tons of CC in this build. I still do have the 2 stances for survivability. So let's jump into some gameplay and see how this build actually works. Yo, okay, so we're just gonna jump into some random SPVP here, show off the build a little bit. One of the things that you're gonna realize with the CC build is you want to fight with your team, because that's where your CC is gonna be most effective. When you're throwing down the CC, you know, we're not going to be doing tons of burst damage. You can see I knocked that guy down, and then our Guardian came and just destroyed him. So that's what you want to have happen most of the time, usually. You do all the CC, let everyone else kill him. So usually you want to be in the team fight. But right now I'm wandering around because I'm not sure where everyone is. I'm trying to find where the team fights are. It's kind of difficult to get team fights going in random SPVP anyway. So I'll try my best. So here we go. I'll stun him. I'm going to pop in some Rampage. Do a little more CC. Here we go. Do my AoE, CC. Yeah, help this guy out. Do my kick. Yeah, Rampage is good. Not only because all the CC you get out of Rampage, but I mean you get a lot of damage as well. Look at that, I'm still full health. I was throwing them around. They weren't able to do much. I'm able to throw them out of the point and stun them while like this Jace guy's been alive this whole time, and he was doing a 1v2 at the beginning. So all that CC just came in, and he was just able to destroy him, and they weren't able to do much because they were just stunned the whole time. Anyway, yeah, that's definitely what you want to have happen is in team fights, you want to go to where your team's fighting, and then throw out a bunch of CC for your teammates. You're kind of more of a support character in this build. In the meta hammer warrior build, where you're using hammer and longbow, you can actually do a lot more burst damage just with your combustive shot and your arcing arrow on your longbow. But you're not going to get the same amount of burst damage as there is. You get a decent amount of burst damage with your weapons, but not as much as if you were using longbow. So definitely not. You can definitely kill people 1v1, but it's going to take a little longer in this build than in your typical hammer warrior builds or your typical hammer longbow build. You can see I'm doing alright against this guy. I'm going to pop in Dirt Pain so I can stand on his well, and then maybe a Skull Crack. Stun him. Let's pop stability so he doesn't knock me off. And alright, he just evaded my my stun, but I was able to cripple him, and he just got wrecked by the rest of my team. So actually this build makes a really good decap build because you have so many CCs and knockbacks, so you keep knocking people off of the point. You see in the first couple of fights I actually did that a couple times. So use it as a decap build. Yeah, let's try to find some people. Okay, looks like there's some people over here. Let's see if we can help them out. But yeah, use it as a decap build. You definitely want to be with your team when you're fighting in CC, so probably middle is usually where you go. Yeah, you gotta target these Scepter Ellies first. I mean, I'm gonna pop on stability and kill this guy. Alright, I'm gonna pop in Dirt Pain. You know, I'm just gonna kill him. There we go. Alright, now I'm gonna pop into Rampage again. Looks like we're a little outnumbered here, and my teammate keeps dying. But we'll fight until we die, and then oh well, I got some help over here. But yeah, hopefully you see the idea of the build. Really, it's fairly simple. Just throw down as much CC as you possibly can. So you are definitely losing damage not going longbow, but you're getting way more CC for sure. And I can't believe I just missed that one though. That's the one bad thing about the using the maces is they can be extremely difficult to use. I really don't have much more option here with this Scepter Ellie targeting me. Let's see. So we throw some. No. Yeah, these guys do a ton of damage. If you ever see a Scepter Ellie in PvP, make sure you're going for them first. Alright, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this build. Make sure, if you haven't suggested your build ideas for our 1 million view kind of celebration for our channel, I'll put the link to the original video in the description, and you could go to that video, and then you could put your idea there. We're still doing a few of these, so you still have time to actually put in your idea. So thank you for Pluvan Lucy for putting in this idea for an Ultra Stun 2 Mace hammer warrior build that has a shitload of CC. It's not going to do as much damage as your typical Hambo warrior, but you're certainly getting a ton more CC. It makes it very group friendly as well. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and thank you for the support on our channel, and I hope you guys keep supporting us in the future. See you guys later.